Greetings from the Whole Elephant Institute. Today is January the 18th, 2021. Every day, the Whole Elephant Institute will start to deliver a public speech based upon everyday's situation. This is a period of time that every American people shall be very alert, and whatever you read in the media, you have to take some time to investigate on your own to find out whether it's true or whether it's false, and even go beyond the superficiality and to see the root of it. The Whole Elephant Institute wants to remind everyone that, as a matter of fact, the current ongoing situation in the political realm is a good thing. In every regard, it's a good thing. Yes, on the surface, as if the devil has, taken over. And of course, some people, they don't think that. Those people who actually, did not vote for President Trump, in their heart, maybe many of those people are celebrating and consider that finally they have placed the one that they consider to be better than President Trump onto the post of the President of the United States. Why they are so happy about that? Maybe they personally like that one. Maybe they personally like what he promises, especially those people who are not very well-to-do, especially those people are still counting on food stamps, social benefits of all kinds, free stuff of all kinds. Many of those people in America who has been so-called benefiting from the free stuff that they consider to be a very important part of America. They consider to be wonderful, good stuff that want to have that continue. And they want to have free stuff. Oh, if I have debts, I don't have to pay. If I didn't pay the rent, I don't have to pay. I would like to go to college without paying any tuition, just like in the communist China. Oh yes, everybody is equal. Why they are richer than me and I don't have anything, although I worked so hard. Those rich people are so evil, and they really, just like what the communist ideology taught, that the rich people are evil because they are greedy and they make too much money and they exploit the poor, and therefore through revolution to overthrow the rich people and let the poor people take over and let everybody to be equal and share everything. That's called the utopia of communism. Before that, it's called socialism. Yes, everybody are equal, everybody share everything, and so no need to pay for medical care, education, and if you're poor, the government should give the poor people also a way to live. So give them free stuff, keep on going, and that's called a good society, and that's called America. Therefore, we do believe, some people think continuously. Yes, look at China, they become so strong exactly because, they share everything. Everybody is equal, and they also, under the, people call it dictatorship, but we call it discipline. The Chinese people are so disciplined, They work hard, they share everything, and that's why they become so rich. And look at made in China goods are all over the world. Wow, this is really, really a sign that the Chinese people under the communism, socialism, is doing much better than the capitalist America. Yes, so that's the reason, we want to smash the capitalism, and we want socialism and communism. And one day we'll build a earthly paradise, the utopia of communism. Yes. Those people continue to think, yes, we don't believe in something called God, Buddha, and Tao. That's all superstitious. Where is it? Have modern science discovered any of that evidence for that? Of course not. But without modern science, without modern technology, we have nothing. We conquer nature. We outsmart nature. Of course, we don't say that. But in the bottom of our heart, we believe that one day through human efforts of science and technology, we shall conquer nature. We shall live immortal life. We shall live forever. Yes, we can clone people, and we can clone organs. We can replace organs, and we can live an immortal life free from disease. And all this is counting on the further development of science and technology. Now, those people who do not want to take vaccine, and scientists told us, the big-time expert Dr. Anthony Fauci told us that if we don't do the vaccine, if we don't cooperate to do the vaccine, we cannot develop group immunity. So those people who do not want to take vaccine, they are selfish, and they compromise the future of humanity. Those people shall be forced through law to be inoculated with the vaccine. Wow, science and technology is so advanced, and scientists now take so little time can make a effective vaccine called mRNA vaccine. Wow, that is so fancy. mRNA vaccine. I don't really know what it is, but sounds really fancy. We trust the scientists, so we shall follow up, line up, take the vaccine, and kick out the virus, and again we conquer nature, and we will live on. We will step into the future, and this way we again prove that science can conquer nature. The virus, tiny teeny little guy, we humanity definitely can fight and win that little guy. And so anyone who wants to stand against the virus in a way of saying that, you cannot conquer virus, that is a heavenly messenger, or that is sent by the divine to those people who have done evil, and those people this time will receive retribution. How ignorant those people are. Yes, we heard that the Falun Gong people actually, they believe things like that. They ask people to only recite the 9 words, and they consider that's going to actually stay free from the virus. Something called truthfulness, compassion, forbearance is good. 真善人 is good. And then they also want everybody to say 法人大法 is good. 法人大法 is good. 法人大法好. Okay, 真善人好, 法人大法好. Those 9 true words that the Whole Elephant Institute has been always spreading to the community. We consider that the founder of the Whole Elephant Institute used to be a big-time scientist. And she was supposed to be a top-notch leader in the modern life science field. And her laboratory published top-notch research articles in the most important journals that reviews frontier discoveries in the modern science and technology field, called Science, called Cell. And what happened to Dr. Tong Wen-Wang? We heard that she actually no longer believes in science, and because of that, all her family members really were very upset with Falun Gong. They consider that Falun Gong brainwashed her and turned her into someone that they no longer can recognize. And she even keep on saying that, you know, the modern science, the starting point is wrong. And modern scientists are blind men. And they confront the nature with the attitude of the blind man touching the part of the elephant and claim that whatever they touch the toenail of the elephant to be the whole elephant. And that's why she established something called the Whole Elephant Institute. And now she actually wants people to stay away from the mRNA vaccine. This is very strange. Why that is the case? How could the vaccine is not going to help us? Oh, you think Dr. Tong Wen-Wang is superior than expert Anthony Fauci? And she knows better than Anthony Fauci, the authority we all believe in? Oh, Dr. Tong Wen-Wang, she has discovered something she considered to be higher science than modern science and technology. She considered that human mind and a body and a spirit determines the molecular and the cellular activity, and the ideology of human mind, body, and spirit, the ideology of people's faith follows, actually determines the operational mode of the molecules and the cells. She believes that human body is not a molecular machine, but actually a super computer. As a matter of fact, that is way beyond the cognition of ordinary human people. Human being has been ignorant and blind, and they can never see the truth of the universe. And their arrogance to conquer the universe is going to lead to their self-destruction. And those people who believes in communist ideology, as a matter of fact, the cells will operate in the communist operational mode. And once the cells start to operate in the communist operational mode, actually, the immune cells especially will start to cause cytokine storm. And that is a fundamental cause of the sudden death associated with Wuhan pneumonia. Therefore, the blame is not on the virus. The blame is on the people who sadly follow the communist ideology, and their whole body turns into communist operational mode, and therefore is self-destructive. Well, look at the entire world, all the nations who follow communism. And which nation? The people in those nations actually truly consider that communism, socialism have brought them into a state of eternal joy, happiness, utopia, or even those people, their rights were totally deprived. In communist China, moms cannot even have the fundamental rights to deliver the beautiful children. They are destined to accomplish in the human life as women, to be beautiful wife, beautiful mother, and eventually give birth to beautiful children, to raise them and to become beautiful grandmother. And in the communist China, none of that is allowed. From day one, you enter the human world, you need to first recognize not mom, not dad, but the gods, quote unquote, of the communist world. Marx, Engels, Lenin, Stalin, and Mao. Yeah, children must consider themselves a little nail in the machinery of communism, and all their mind, all their conducts must conform to the communist ideology. Otherwise, that society has no position for that individual, and that individual will suffer until death. So where is all those promised utopia thing? Does that truly exist in socialism and communism dictated, controlled societies like Cuba, North Korea, besides China, and before Russia? Yes, go ask those people, those immigrants who came to United States. They risked their life. They went on to their journey, and they rather die on their journey to America. They don't want to stay in communist China. So American people, do you truly believe all the promises that the current one, the elected one, is promising to you? Do you believe that if you continue to take social benefits, free stuff, free medical care, free education, many free stuff from the government, there is no price behind those free stuff? Well, the Chinese 5,000 years of culture always taught the Chinese people a very fundamental principle: no loss, no gain. If you gain, you are losing. Now the Falun Gong teaching taught the Chinese people even further. The mechanism of soul is that if you take things that do not belong to you, on the surface it's free, but you are paying for it. What are you paying? You're paying with something very precious called virtue. As a matter of fact, yes, virtue is a matter and in other dimension. And if you do wrong things, yes, although you may not be caught immediately, but the universe has a way to record that. Yes, if you go to Falun Dafa website, www.falundafa.org, and go there to look for the Falun Dafa lectures and books, and go read the first book, Turning the Law Wheel, Zhuan Falun, Turning the Law Wheel. Yes, go into that book and read. And if you really want to understand what Falun Dafa is, instead of following quite a lot of recently in the media, they start to attack Falun Gong, because Falun Gong practitioners throughout the general election has been standing up to expose the fraud, the truth of the fraud that violates the Constitution of America. And the media who actually have been covering up the fraud with the intention to accomplish their goal